PogChamps 3 is brought to you by Grip6. Grip6 is an American manufacturing company dedicated to making the very best belts, wallets, and wool socks. Grip6, built to wear, not to wear out. Visit grip6.com/PogChamps.
Booyaka! Ooh, good job, dude. You really got me good with this.
1, 2, 3, keep it going now!
Benji does like the Fianchetto setup and play for the Catalan structure in this case. So started that with English, now it's more of a Catalan that he's aiming for. But we could transpose to even e4 openings if Benji pushes the pawn to e4 later. That could be more like a Sicilian dragon or a Najdorf. Daniel does play the Sicilian with the black pieces against e4.
Yeah, it's pretty comfortable. I was going to ask, I've never seen someone who plays a neck pillow while streaming and playing chess. I think that's a pretty good idea.
I'm happy with the start so far. Now we just got to focus.
F6 is a little bit weird in this position.
He takes, insta take. Okay, now what do we do? I don't really know. But we seem safe, right?
I feel like he's setting it up because he blocks the long diagonal. So after bishop h3, queen c6 will no longer be attacking anything around the king without this. So if he had moved bishop to h3 a move earlier, if we just show for a moment, it wouldn't have been that powerful. First of all, queen to c6 threatens checkmate on h1, or g2 if the bishop moves away, and even f5 could have happened. I think it's happening. Actually, Andrew, we need to go back to
okay, I'm going.
Because it's happening.
He plays it. Bishop, wow. Benji is very sharp. He had his plan, which I think it was interesting to kind of put this pawn in the center, create a potential weakness, and go for this. But Daniel didn't see it.
He did not see it, and he was clearly showing signs of shock. He grabbed his head, and he missed this idea. We need to see now, how will he try to save the situation? Well, the rook will be lost. You cannot move it because then it's even worse.
And then his pawn is going to be hanging. He's going to have to be doing a lot of defending.
Yeah. Just get max value and take the pawn. Oh, no, I can't take the pawn because then he just takes. Booyaka! Oh, good job, dude. You really got me good with this. I don't know.
After king to g3, h5, a4 is a very logical decision to run with the pass pawn, but that creates a weakness in the structure, the b3 pawn, and Daniel immediately spots it, attacks it with rook to b1. I'm expecting rook b7 by Benji. No, he plays rook to c7.
He is stacking it, but he gets a check.
Yeah,
so he
it's
can't
taken
save
with
this
a
pawn.
check. It's taken with a check, unfortunately, for Benji. He may not have seen that he was going to be captured with a check, and now Daniel could attack both the a and f pawns with rook b4.
He's got 18 seconds. Tick-tock, baby.
This is a forced draw.
Tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. Oh. Wow, that was not good from him. Oh, is it? Maybe it is good. Hold on.
Oh, my.
This is a winning king and pawn in game, and I think Daniel knows it. We shall see his king and pawn in game technique, but I think he knows it, that Benji made a mistake. Allowing the rook trade the way it happened in the game is exactly what he should have prevented.
Yeah, I mean, the draw was like a slip of his fingers. But now, this is why when my dad trained me, always taught me that endgames matter most important at beginner level, because if you know how to trade everything, you know your endgame's better. But here, Daniel did not know his endgames. Well, I guess both sides.
Yeah, Benji didn't know.
That's true. He also offered the rook trade. No one knew their endgames.
It. Well, now this is a winning king and pawn in game. Very simply winning by pushing the pawn to f2. But Daniel may have gotten scared of a ghost stalemate.
Go back. We repeat. We do it again. Yeah,
he could. Hopefully he doesn't want to trade his f-pawn for the h-pawn, because that would be a disaster. This way it's fine. If you don't lose your f-pawn, then it's fine.
Wow.
So,
all right,
here we go again. Here we go again. Now both the h and f pawns are running, so white cannot prevent the promotion of both pawns. Daniel could claim 2 queens if he wants. He can promote both of those pawns and give a checkmate with 2 queens on the board. And why not? F2 check, F1, queen next move. Let's listen.
What a game. What a game.
Let's listen to Daniel, what he says.
Yep, 2 queens. Nice and easy. And then we walk him back. Oh, baby doll.
He's so calm.
We got him, people. We done did it. Oh, up 1 with black, too.
I love his phrases. He's like a nice dad at a barbecue or something.
With the first game, D-Nags is on the board. Woo! Baby doll. How the hell did I do that?
That was crazy.
Negreanu winning the first game. They're blitzing out the initial moves. It was this capture on move 3 that Benji has gone for, taking on e4 and then developing the knights. They're blitzing out these moves. Both of them seem to be very well prepared. Very well prepared indeed, Andrea. This is a theoretical line. I'm impressed. Grandmasters play this. PogChamps participants play this. They all know exactly what's the trending move.
Oh, and we got it. Yeah, you didn't question what queen d6 was doing.
He did not. He pushed c3 to strengthen the d4 pawn, and I wonder what will be his reaction now when Benji takes the pawn on e5. Did he see this?
Queen trade's coming. Okay, so a pretty simplified position now.
No.
If he trades, if he doesn't, I don't know. He did not. Okay. So in that case, I think I pawn push. Put more pressure on him. Yeah. Free up the space for my rook to come out and play.
Yeah, he didn't even react to the pawn.
Attack.
It's okay. He knows.
It was a good thing I put that
pawn
pawn on c3. That really helped a lot.
This is very dangerous here. Even if he loses a second pawn, because now after queen b6 check, if the king moves to h1, you can take on b2 as well. But I'm worried that even though black will be 2 pawns up, again, there is some initiative on the king side already, and as soon as the rooks will appear in the attack, I think on a practical level, it's not easy. Rook to d4 though is a blunder because the rook is pinned and the white rook will not be able to move away. But
e5.
Exactly, immediately played by Benji.
I'm not gonna lie. I stared at this. I was like, but after f takes, how is it winning? Because I didn't see the queen, but I see it now. Oh God,
Andrea. It's okay.
You were trading either. I wasn't the only one. Oh God.
Oh, good job. All right, don't quit. Don't quit. Keep playing. You've got some stuff happening.
I love his reaction.
Damn it,
well, it wouldn't have been a day hosted by Andrea Bodas if we don't see him without him. Right, Andrea? It's all for you. It's all in honor of you.
I was sweating. I saw the email.
God, I didn't take his bishop.
Couldn't find the move after f takes.
Why would I do that? All right, my brain is melted.
I mean, I've come back from a few solid games after a whole queen I dropped. But I mean, luckily for this, we'll get a very exciting Blitz game.
Exactly. If Benji wins this game, and it seems to be the way the game is going, then there will be a tiebreaker of a sudden death Blitz game. 5 minutes, no increment.
Yep, he had it in unpin his king there. Queen's coming for the back rank. So who do you think
d4
will have the upper hand in the Blitz playoff?
I'm not sure, because I thought this match was going very well for Daniel. Even this game, until rook d4, I thought white had it under control. We were saying that he does have compensation for the pawn, even 2 pawns, if he moved king h1 or rook f2. Rook f2 would have guarded the b2 pawn, but rook d4, unfortunately, was a big blunder. So now Benji is back in the match, and he will have some of the psychological advantage, because he's the one who made a huge comeback from a match situation that was lost for him.
That is true. Yeah. Well, this game is pretty much over, but Daniel's going to play on till the end. You know, anything can happen. Maybe. I mean, at this level, I don't think you should be resigning these positions just yet.
Yeah, I always tell everyone. I always tell all my PogChamps students to never give up. I know this is very desperate, and Benji's going for the kill. Queen takes g2 is the threat, checkmate, and I think we're gonna see it on the board. But at least he tried as much as he could. With that, Benjyfishy is tying the score, and we're gonna see our first sudden death Blitz tiebreaker. Daniel has played over 900 Blitz games, and Benji 36 Blitz games.
Wow.
So clearly more experience on Daniel's side, but maybe not without increments. So let's see how this game will turn out. Similar opening as in the first game. Benji with the white pieces, since he is number 1 seeded in Group A. Therefore, he receives the white pieces.
Daniel has been a chess fan for very long, but 900 games is a lot of Blitz, I must say.
All right, we're going back. I'm getting rid of that. See, that's stupid, right? Anytime you do that, you know you don't know what you're doing. But that's okay. I need to make a move. Now he moves here. I'll move back.
But Benji didn't see it either, did he? Oh, no.
Nobody saw it.
Back to our board. We need to show this real quickly.
Nobody saw it.
I wonder if Daniel will try to go for some kind of a counterattack, bishop g4 to try to attack the e2 pawn, or take on c4, look at moves like knight b4, any threats or jumps that he can go for with the knight to b4 he plays indeed.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's good, but it looks like it does something.
Yeah, now, I mean, after this, both of these pieces will be under attack. He has to trade. Then we have the strong rook on d6, attacking the bishop, attacking the pawn. This pawn taking because of the bishop. I mean, this position's looking pretty good for Benji.
He has won the pawn, and yes, you're right that now with the rook on d6, d7 bishop hanging, later the a6 pawn too could be in trouble, as well as the e5 pawn. So it's more than the d6 pawn. It feels like Benji will win at least one more pawn, and he's up on time. There's no increment. The reminder that 1 minute 23 seconds is all that Daniel has. If he runs out of time, he loses the game.
Yep, and now, Benji clearly, even though he was less experienced, he has been performing very well.
f6, I think, is a good practical decision to try to mess things up, but Benji reacts with bishop c3, pointing out that the knight on b4 doesn't have too many squares. Knight to c2, attacking the rook, c1. Will we see a trade on c4? Yeah, e4 was also a threat, as you were pointing out, to cut the bishop from the defense of the knight on c2. Knight to a3, spotted by Daniel, I feel like.
And he plays it! Oh my goodness, he's seeing everything. This is crazy.
He does spot tactical patterns very quickly. Benji might have missed the knight fork earlier, but now he sees it all. He sees it all, and Daniel is giving up the knight on c4.
No choice. Yeah, if he ran to b1, we still had e4. Wow. He's spotting these so fast.
I feel like he could have tried to go back to c2, because at least it was going to attack the bishop. But now this is going to be a piece up for Benji. He can also take the pawn on a6. He decides rook to d5 instead. He's up on the clock and up with a full piece.
Yep, Daniel's down to under 1 minute, no increments. So interesting. Yeah, so if he takes here, we can take with a check, or we could save this bishop.
Yes, they traded
the dark square bishop
in a funny way.
Hanging. Wow.
Still an extra piece for Benji, and he's capturing the pawn too. With the rook, he knows that simplifying the position is good for him because of having an extra bishop in this endgame. Up a bishop and up a pawn. It's looking very difficult for Daniel with only 33 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, Benji's a monster. Giving him no counterplay. Keeping his pawn in the center, making another pass pawn here.
He didn't even consider taking on f5 that would have dropped the d5 bishop. He doesn't blunder.
And he has 23 seconds. I mean, there's so many winning plans for white here.
Let's see if Benji can keep up this excellent speed and quality of moves, because he has been playing very precisely. Apart from that one missed chance of the knight fork, he has done a really good job in this Blitz game, and he hasn't played many Blitz games. We know from his coach that this isn't exactly what they prepared for.
I can just imagine Hammer right now just glowing with pride.
Excellent choice again to just go for creating an A pass pawn and push it. He can't push it right now because the rook would be hanging.
He gives the check, defend his rook. Now he can push.
But he's also going low on time. He started thinking. He's down to 30 seconds, and he has to see that he can push a6 and then run a7, a8. That will be checkmate, promoting with checkmate.
Yep, I was going to say maybe he was thinking like if there was a sack on the bishop and they would push a7, this would be hanging, but it would not
19 seconds left, and Benji should push the pawn. Will he see? He's got checkmate in 2. He has to push, and he's got checkmate in 2, but he's down to 12 seconds.
Because rook takes... Okay. All right, yeah.
Now it's checkmate. 10 seconds. 9, 8. He didn't
play the mate.
He didn't. He has not made just yet.
No, he's gonna... I think Daniel's gonna flag, but oh my god, he has 5 seconds.
5 seconds. 4. Just move. That's what he would say. Just move.
Oh no.
Just move.
Oh my goodness. Wow. I was getting so close.
I timed out.
Benjyfishy.
He had 1 second left.
1.2 seconds.
How?
On the
I was
clock.
moving right away. He deserves it anyway, but I don't know how the heck that happened. Oh, wow. Sick one.
Benji, Daniel, what a match this has been.
Yeah, it was pretty close. Not gonna lie, a bit closer than especially that last game. Yeah, that 1 second left was that. I didn't even realize I only had 1 second left. I'm not gonna lie, I got a little bit lucky, but you know, happy I won by timeout, I guess.
Daniel should have prepared the dirty flagging techniques at the end there. Taking your queen, could have tried something tricky.
You know, you're right. Actually, that's like, I should have strategized for that because when I had 2 seconds left, I'm like, wait a minute, how am I out? Because I forgot while I was playing that there's no increments. Because I was like, oh, don't worry, you play fast, you're good. So when I was down 4 points with like 30, 40 seconds left, the strategy should have been to just start taking everything. And yeah, I mean, it's been a great process. I'm, proud of you, Benji. You played really, really well, and I wish you luck in the next round.
Thank you.
Yeah. I have one more question for Daniel. I thought of this. So do you like gambits because you like gambling?
A little bit, right? I like gambits because I like fun, unique, different things. But what I've learned, unfortunately, is prepping gambits for a tournament is a bad idea. When I learned the England gambit from Levy, sorry, it worked on everybody. I was like beating everyone. Unfortunately, when Pokemon prepared for it, it just, you just eat dust. It's like, it's no good. So got to learn how to play chess properly and play the gambits for fun.
Lots of learning lessons.
Tournament situation, certainly. But you came very well prepared for today. So, Daniel, you have a better coach than Levy or me or Hikaru. You have definitely prepared very well. And Benji, kudos to you for how far you have come. You are moving on to the semifinals. What do you think will happen in the other clash? You will play either against Rain Wilson or against Moist Critical. Your thoughts on that quarterfinal match?
I think I'm gonna be fine for it. I think I'm just gonna keep practicing. Do the usual. Keep doing what I've been doing, practicing with Hammer. And I think hopefully I'll be alright and I'll be able to get to the finals.
Amazing. That would be amazing to see, and we will be rooting for Benji now that he's moving on to the semifinals. Thank you so much for joining us, and all the best for the rest, Benji.
Thank you
guys.
Thank you very much.